The receipt on my table showed $181, but the food beside it did not look like $181 worth of meals. There were small yogurt cups, microwave rice, bottled dressing, shredded cheese, snack packs, frozen dinners, and several bags of vegetables that would probably spoil before anyone used them. The family who brought me that receipt was not buying too much food. They were paying too much for work that had already been done to inexpensive ingredients. Someone had sliced it, cooked it, flavored it, divided it into tiny portions, and placed it inside attractive packaging. When we replace those products with 20 basic groceries, their cart became less colorful, but their kitchen produced far more meals. My name is Evelyn Carter. I am 68 years old, and I spent almost 30 years purchasing food for public school cafeterias in Ohio. Before that, I raised 4 children in a farmhouse where wasting groceries was never an option. Over the years, I learned that a family does not need thousands of products. It needs a small group of dependable ingredients that can be used in many different ways. Today, I will show you 20 groceries that can replace dozens of expensive products. Prices vary by store and location, so compare the cost per pound, ounce, or serving rather than looking only at the package price. The first item is dried beans. A pound of dried beans can produce 6 or more cups after cooking. Canned beans are convenient, but you pay more because someone cooked them, added water, sealed them in a can, and transported the extra weight. Rinse dried beans, soak them when necessary, and simmer them until tender. Follow the proper instructions for the variety you are cooking, especially kidney beans, which must be prepared thoroughly. Cook more than you need and freeze the extra portions. Beans can become chili, soup, tacos, salads, spreads, or rice bowls. The second item is plain rice in a large bag. Microwave rice cups may save a few minutes, but their price per serving can be several times higher. What is inside is still ordinary rice. Cook 1 large pot and use it in several meals. Serve it with beans, chicken, eggs, or vegetables. Leftover rice can become fried rice or soup, but cool and refrigerate it promptly for food safety. Beans and rice together are affordable, filling, and eaten around the world because they work. The third grocery is old-fashioned oats. A large container provides many breakfasts for very little money. Individual oatmeal packets usually contain smaller oats, sugar, and flavoring, sold in a tiny envelope at a much higher cost. Add your own cinnamon, fruit, honey, peanut butter, or brown sugar. Oats can also be used in muffins, granola, smoothies, meatloaf, and fruit crumble. The fourth item is all-purpose flour. Flour can replace pancake mix, biscuit mix, gravy packets, pizza dough, and several baking products. You do not need to become an expert baker. Start with one simple skill. Melt butter, stir in flour, cook it briefly, and slowly add milk. That creates a basic white sauce. Add cheese for a cheese sauce, or mushrooms for a homemade alternative to canned cream soup. 1 bag of flour can quietly replace an entire shelf of mixes. The fifth grocery is eggs. Egg prices change, but they may still be one of the more affordable sources of complete protein. They work at breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Add an egg to leftover rice and vegetables. Make an omelet with onions and frozen spinach. Cook eggs over potatoes for an easy skillet meal. When my children were young, eggs often turned yesterday's leftovers into a supper that felt completely new. The sixth item is a whole chicken. Boneless, skinless chicken pieces are convenient, but they can cost much more per pound. A whole chicken can provide several meals. Roast it with potatoes, carrots, and onions. After dinner, remove the remaining meat for sandwiches, tacos, soup, pasta, or a casserole. Then place the bones in a pot with water and suitable vegetable trimmings. Simmer them, strain the liquid, and cool it safely. That gives you homemade broth. Many shoppers throw away the bones and purchase broth the following week. The valuable ingredient was already in their kitchen. The 7th grocery is potatoes. Potatoes can become baked potatoes, mashed potatoes, soup, roasted wedges, fries, breakfast hash, or potato cakes. Frozen fries, prepared mashed potatoes, and refrigerated hash browns begin with the same basic vegetable. The higher price pays for cutting, cooking, seasoning, and packaging. Buy a larger bag only when your family can finish it. Store potatoes in a cool, dark, ventilated place and keep them away from onions. The 8th item is yellow onions. Onions are one of the least expensive ways to create flavor. They form the beginning of soups, sauces, stews, beans, rice dishes, casseroles, and roasted meals. Cook chopped onion in a little oil or butter until it becomes soft. Then add garlic or spices. If your cooking tastes flat, the answer may not be an expensive sauce or seasoning packet. The missing step may simply be an onion cooked properly at the beginning. The 9th grocery is whole carrots. Baby carrots are convenient, but they are usually larger carrots that have been cut and shaped by a machine. You pay extra for that preparation. Whole carrots often cost less and last longer. Roast them, grate them into salad, add them to soup or rice, or eat them raw. Clean carrot ends and peelings can also add flavor to homemade broth. Never use spoiled scraps, but do not automatically discard good pieces. The 10th item is cabbage. Cabbage is one of the most overlooked vegetables in the store. It is inexpensive, filling, and usually lasts much longer than delicate salad greens. One head can become slaw, soup, stir-fry, roasted wedges, taco filling, or a simple side dish cooked with butter and seasoning. Bagged salad kits save time, but they often cost much more for a small amount of food and can spoil quickly. Cabbage gives you more time and more possible meals. The 11th purchase is whichever fruit offers the best value that week. Do not buy the same fruit automatically. Bananas may be inexpensive year-round. Apples may be cheaper in fall. Citrus can be a better value in winter, while melons and peaches may cost less in summer. Pre-cut fruit trays can cost several times more than whole fruit. You are paying someone to use a knife, place the pieces in plastic, and shorten the fruit's useful life. Buy only what your household will finish. Cheap fruit is expensive when half of it spoils. The 12th grocery is canned tomatoes. Canned tomatoes are often picked ripe and preserved quickly, making them reliable when fresh tomatoes are costly or flavorless. They can become pasta sauce, chili, soup, salsa, curry, or stew. For a simple sauce, cook onion in oil, add tomatoes, garlic, salt, pepper, and herbs, then allow it to simmer. Prepared pasta sauce may be convenient, but canned tomatoes give you more food and allow you to control the flavor, sugar, and salt. Now look at the cart so far. It contains beans, rice, oats, flour, eggs, chicken, potatoes, onions, cabbage, fruit, and canned tomatoes. These foods often sit in plain bags or on lower shelves. The more profitable products are usually the versions that have been cut, cooked, flavored, or divided into small packages. The 13th grocery is plain milk if your household uses it. Milk works in breakfast, baking, sauces, soups, mashed potatoes, and drinks. Many specialty dairy beverages are simply milk combined with sugar, flavoring, and expensive packaging. You can add vanilla, cocoa, cinnamon, or sweetener at home. You do not have to eliminate every flavored product, but you should understand what you are paying for. The 14th item is a large tub of plain yogurt. Small flavored cups often cost far more per ounce. Buy the larger container and add fruit, honey, jam, oats, or cinnamon yourself. Plain yogurt can also replace sour cream in many meals. It can become a dip, marinade, breakfast, or baking ingredient. One large tub performs several jobs. A small flavored cup performs only one. The 15th grocery is a block of cheese. Pre-shredded cheese saves time, but it usually costs more per pound. It may also contain anti-caking ingredients that can change how smoothly it melts. A box grater costs little and can last for years. Grate cheese for casseroles, slice it for sandwiches, and cut it into cubes for snacks. However, convenience may be worthwhile for someone with limited strength, a disability, or a demanding schedule. The goal is not to avoid all convenience. The goal is to choose it deliberately. The 16th item is butter. Butter can often be frozen, so buying extra during a good sale may make sense. It works in baking, eggs, potatoes, vegetables, sauces, and skillet meals. Combined with flour and milk, butter becomes the foundation of many creamy products sold in cans and jars. Once you learn that basic method, you can add cheese, mushrooms, herbs, or vegetables. The 17th purchase is one useful cooking oil. Choose an oil that matches your budget and cooking style. Most households do not need many expensive bottles. Oil can also replace bottled salad dressing. Combine about 3 parts oil with 1 part vinegar. Add salt, pepper, mustard, herbs, garlic, honey, or lemon juice. Shake it in a jar and adjust the flavor. Many dressings are simply oil, acid, seasoning, water, and a decorative label. The 18th grocery is peanut butter, or a safe alternative for anyone with allergies. Peanut butter is affordable, filling, and useful in sandwiches, oatmeal, sauces, snacks, and baking. It can replace expensive snack packs. Bread with peanut butter, apple slices, or crackers portioned at home may cost far less than branded packages containing nearly the same ingredients. Those products are often selling convenience and assembly rather than special food. The 19th item is plain frozen vegetables. Frozen peas, broccoli, corn, spinach, green beans, and mixed vegetables are useful for households that frequently throw away fresh produce. Use 1 handful and return the rest to the freezer. Add vegetables to rice, eggs, soup, pasta, potatoes, or casseroles. Choose plain bags when possible. Once a sauce or special seasoning is added, the price often increases quickly. The 20th purchase is salt and a small collection of basic spices. This may save more money than people expect because inexpensive food only works when it tastes good. Start with the seasonings your household actually enjoys. Salt, pepper, garlic powder, chili powder, cumin, paprika, cinnamon, and dried herbs can flavor many different meals. Plain beans may feel disappointing. Beans cooked with onions, tomatoes, cumin, chili powder, and proper seasoning become something people want to eat. Packaged food companies are often selling flavor. When you learn to season basic ingredients, the urge to buy prepared meals or order takeout becomes quieter. Anyone who needs to reduce sodium should follow professional medical advice and use herbs, spices, aromatics, and acids for additional flavor. These 20 groceries can create oatmeal, pancakes, eggs and potatoes, yogurt bowls, chicken dinners, soup, chili, tacos, pasta, rice bowls, casseroles, slaw, fried rice, sandwiches, baked potatoes, homemade broth, and many other meals. But there is one warning before you begin. A large package only saves money when you can store it and finish it. 10 pounds of potatoes are not a bargain if half are thrown away. A large container of yogurt saves nothing when nobody likes it. The second mistake is buying ingredients without deciding how to use them. When you buy a chicken, choose the night you will roast it. When you cook beans, freeze extra portions. When you prepare rice, plan a second meal for the leftovers. Keep a short list of emergency meals in the kitchen. Mine includes eggs and potatoes, tomato pasta, bean and rice bowls, vegetable soup, peanut butter sandwiches, and fried rice with frozen vegetables. These meals have prevented more expensive takeout orders than any coupon ever could. The reason this method works is simple. Prepared products include the price of labor. Shredded cheese includes grating. Pre-cut fruit includes slicing. Microwave rice includes cooking. Bottled dressing includes measuring and mixing. Sometimes paying for that labor is reasonable. Illness, disability, caregiving, exhaustion, and demanding jobs are real. The problem begins when convenience charges appear in every part of the cart without being noticed. Before your next grocery trip, examine your previous receipt. Find 3 expensive products that are really inexpensive ingredients with preparation added. Replace shredded cheese with a block. Replace oatmeal packets with plain oats. Replace microwave rice with a large bag. Replace bottled sauce with canned tomatoes. Change only 3 items at first. On the next shopping trip, change 3 more. Compare unit prices. Store food correctly. Freeze extra portions before they spoil. And learn one basic cooking skill at a time. Seek professional guidance when medical conditions, allergies, diabetes, kidney disease, or other health needs affect your household's diet. Follow reliable safety instructions when handling poultry, cooking dried beans, storing rice, or cooling broth. You may not reduce your grocery bill by exactly half. Prices and family needs are different everywhere, but you can waste less, lower the cost of each meal, and stop paying premium prices for simple tasks you can easily do yourself. This week, find 3 hidden convenience charges on your receipt and replace them with basic ingredients. Which grocery item saves your family the most money, and which expensive packaged product have you stopped buying? Subscribe for more practical ways to make ordinary food go further. In the next video, I will show you how one whole chicken can become several different dinners and a pot of broth without making every meal taste the same.